an impaired driver hits a light pole and building. 2 hurricane fires in 4 hours, and a driver plows through a garage.
You're watching St. George News at 5.
Good afternoon, I'm Amy Bennett. Authorities are investigating a suspected impaired driver who allegedly launched his vehicle into the air and collided with the second story of an apartment building. We'll go to Jesse Bank for the details.
Authorities are investigating a suspected impaired driver who careened off the road and crashed into an apartment's second story before landing on 2 parked cars Sunday morning. An accident reconstruction team worked to gather evidence and piece back together the crash. St. George Police Sergeant Jeremy Needles said a blue Camaro was traveling northbound at a high rate of speed when it left the roadway, jumping a curb and taking out a light pole. That careened the vehicle sideways, sending it between 2 cars, hitting an above berm, then striking the second story of a building before landing on 2 parked cars below.
Thanks, Jesse. The weekend kept Washington County Emergency Services busy with 2 fires reported just 4 hours apart. Here's Cody Blowers with more on this.
On Sunday evening, Hurricane Valley Fire and Rescue was dispatched to the Quality Inn on North 4300 West on a structure fire. According to authorities, the fire reportedly started on the deck of one of the hotel rooms located in the back of the building. The rooms located nearest where the fire started were evacuated as a safety precaution, and fire crews were able to extinguish the flames within minutes of arrival. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. A few hours earlier, Hurricane Valley fire crews responded to San Hollow State Park for a UTV that caught fire. While the UTV was destroyed in the blaze, no injuries were reported, and the cause of that fire is under investigation as well.
Thanks, Cody. Police say a St. George resident might have put her car in drive instead of reverse and accidentally drove from the garage into the kitchen. We'll go back to Jesse Bank for more on the story.
A woman appears to have put her vehicle in drive instead of reverse, according to St. George Fire Department Captain Justin Snyder. The car crashed through the garage wall, coming to a stop next to the home's dining room table. Initial reports suggested there was a possible fire, but when crews arrived, they discovered the smoke was coming from the vehicle's tires, as the driver's foot was still on the accelerator. No injuries were reported. Crews were still inspecting the integrity of the house before deciding to remove the vehicle.
Thanks again, Jesse. Tuacahn Center for the Arts reportedly broke a world record on Saturday for the largest gathering of people dressed as princesses. We'll go to Bridger Palmer for the story.
A world record was broken on Saturday at the Tuacahn Amphitheater. The record was for the largest number of people dressed as princesses. Though the official number is still pending, estimations put it around 2,000 people. The event itself was known as Tiara Takeover, as one of the prerequisites for being counted as a princess was wearing a tiara, long dress, or a gown. During the official record-breaking ceremony, everybody dressed as a princess was required to stand up. Then, dozens of volunteers for Tuacahn took count. Prior to this Tiara Takeover, the world record was around 450 people dressed as princesses.
Thanks, Bridger. On Saturday, museum officials and families around southern Utah gathered to celebrate the museum's 10th anniversary. Here's Eric Gould for more on the story.
Admission was free on Saturday when the St. George Children's Museum held its 10th anniversary celebration. Lawn games and face painting were available outside, while inside there were all sorts of new exhibitions to be explored. Here's Chairman of the Board, Kurt Ivey, at the ribbon cutting for the so-called Suba Room, presented by the Southern Utah Home Builders Association.
It's a room where we want young people to learn where their houses come from. We want them to learn the trades and to be able to do things with their own hands.
Director Will Craven told St. George News that the next big exhibition at the museum will be about space exploration and life on the moon.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. I'm Amy Bennett with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5.